Sirens, a radio play by Brian Dion and presented by Ladysmith Little Theatre, featuring Moira Fox as the officer, Brenda Clark as the captain, PA announcer, and Jenny, Brian Dion as Vince, Anna Gogo McNulty as Kathy, Greg Hyde as Paul, Jesse Wilson as Ricardo, Dave Erisman as the weather reporter, Jeremy Blake as Mark, and Bruce Ormond as the sports broadcaster. Sound editing by Brian Dion, and original music composed and sequenced by Jonathan Dion.
That's affirmative. We've located the vehicle and it's undamaged. There's one occupant inside, female, in her 40s. She seems to be suffering from moderate hypothermia, but otherwise unharmed. Over.
Roger, Moira. That's good news. We are, of course, speaking of Mrs. Crawford. Over.
I sure hope so, Cap. But the truth is, we haven't been able to talk to her yet. Over.
Is she unconscious?
No, that's a negative. She's conscious, all right, but not exactly coherent. In fact, we're still trying to get her out of the car.
Didn't catch that, Moira. Repeat. Over.
Copy that. I said we're trying to get Mrs. Crawford out of the car. She's just curled up in the seat there, hands over her ears. I don't know. Maybe the cruiser lights and sirens spooked her or something. Over.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to inclement weather, all departing flights have been cancelled until further notice. We regret this inconvenience and advise all passengers in transit.
Hello, the Crawford residence.
Vince, it's me.
Kathy, how'd the conference go?
Oh, the conference was fine, but our flight home didn't exactly go as planned. We're in Cranbrook.
Cranbrook?
In fact, the way the weather looks now, I'm surprised we made it this far.
Is it bad there too?
It's just starting. Anyway, Vince, what do you think I should do? Stay over or drive home?
How would you drive home?
Well, Paul's with me, and there's this other young man from the college too, a student. We're all pretty anxious to get home, so we thought we'd share a car rental. What do you think?
What about the bus?
Doesn't leave for almost 3 hours.
Ah, I see.
Well, it's rather complicated if I'm not back at college tomorrow. I'm not sure who could take my classes. And besides that, well, I'm just really anxious to get home.
You must be exhausted.
And I miss you, Vince.
I miss you too, Kath. So, would Paul be driving?
Not me, that's for damn sure.
Kath, just a minute. Jenny wants to talk.
Hello? Mom, I'm trying to study and Mark won't use his headphones. He's listening to that stupid music again.
Have you talked to him, Jen?
Of course I've talked to him.
No, hon, I don't mean yell. Have you talked to him calmly, reasonably?
Reasonably? How can you be reasonable with someone who's only thinking about himself all the time? Really? Mom, you've got to do something about him, Mark. He's such a loser.
Have you talked to your dad?
He's no help. You know what Dad's like.
Yes, I do, Jen. And I'm sure if
Can you do something about Mark or not, Mom?
Jen, I'm in Cranbrook. What do you expect me to do?
Thanks a lot, Mom.
Jen?
If I fail that test tomorrow, it's not my fault.
Jennifer, you could
I
always...
had a feeling you wouldn't be able to help. Bye.
Jan? Jan?
Sorry about that. Hey, maybe I should go to Cranbrook.
Did you speak to Mark?
Sure. But the situation isn't quite as cut and dried as our daughter would have you believe.
Why am I not surprised?
Anyway, don't worry about us. Hey, maybe there'll be a power failure. That would solve everything.
Oh, look, Vince, I've got to go. Paul's ready to leave.
Don't worry, Kath. I'll keep the lasagna warmed up for you.
Oh, you've made lasagna?
Come on, Kathy, grab your bag.
I have to go. Love you.
Love you too.
Oh, and tell Mark I got that CD he wanted.
Not that stupid music, I hope.
Kathy, are you coming?
Oh, and tell Jenny I have some pants for her.
CD Mark, pants, Jennifer. Got it.
We should be home by 10.
Don't hurry.
Bye, Vince.
Bye, Kath.
Well, so far so good. Not much traffic anyway. Ceiling could be better.
Pardon?
Ricardo's a pilot in the aviation program.
Really?
That's right. This is your captain speaking.
Look, Ricardo, shouldn't you turn on the wipers?
Okay, I will in a minute. It's just that it's so cool, isn't it?
What's so cool?
The snow. You know, the way it splashes into the windshield, like little stars exploding. It's really cool. Just like Star Trek.
Paul tells me you've been flying since, what, when you were 12?
11, yeah. My mom was a pilot.
Ricardo, the wipers?
Oh, sure thing, Professor.
Professor?
Really, son, you don't have to call me Professor. No one ever calls me.
It's such a cool title. You don't mind, do you?
Well, I'm not really accustomed to people calling me. Quiet.
What?
That's enough from you.
What?
You know very well what, Marianne.
Who's Marianne?
Oh, that's the trouble with young people today. Insufficient training in the classics.
She wasn't that one in Gone with the Wind, was she?
No, I don't believe so.
Oh, where are we now?
Should be in Creston any minute. You need a break.
No, I'm fine.
You're sure?
It's up to Ricardo.
Hey, don't worry about me, guys. Whatever you decide.
Well, then I guess we keep on going.
Uh-oh. Snowplow, straight ahead. Should I pass her?
Oh, if we stay behind it, we'd have clear sailing all the way.
Take us twice as long to get home.
True.
We're likely to catch up to another plow before long.
You think so?
Bound to.
Is that an affirmative back there?
Go ahead, Ricardo. Pass the plow. Carefully.
Aye, aye. Warp drive engaged. So, what's your favorite Star Trek movie, Professor?
I beg your pardon?
Anyone want to listen to some music?
I already checked. CD player's busted. Bummer, eh?
What about the radio?
We can pick up KBS for a few minutes. You want me to turn it on?
Don't bother.
Once we're out of Creston, we won't hear anything, of course. Not once we're snuggled between those mountains. Looks like we'll just have to talk.
Ah, yes, the fine art of conversation.
Right. Whoa! Did you see the snow on that car? It must be snowing buckets up at the top.
Oh, there's a weather report. I haven't got my glasses.
20 centimeters fresh snow at the summit. Slippery. Use caution. Well, at least the pass is still open.
For now.
Hey, you're not worried, are you? I'll get us through, no sweat.
So, Ricardo, would you say it's very hard to learn how to fly?
To fly? Nah, nothing easier. Piece of cake.
Well, how would it compare to learning to drive, let's say?
Oh, learning to drive's way harder. You've got to worry about all the other jerks on the road.
You really think driving's harder?
Definitely. But hey, don't worry. I've been driving for 3 years now and not even had a scratch. You can just sit back and relax, Professor.
Do 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 do
Don't.
do do do.
Whoa, that snow just isn't letting up, is it?
What time is it?
7. No, wait. We have to put our watches back an hour, don't we? It's only 6.
And black as midnight.
All right, up we go. Wonder if I can keep this sucker in 4th gear.
So how's everything at home, Kathy?
Oh, fine. Well, normal. What passes for normal anyway?
How old are the kids now? 13 and...
No, Mark's 17 and Jenny's almost 16.
16? No.
Of course, she thinks she's 25.
16. I can't believe it.
Nothing like other people's kids to remind you of time passing.
Then that must mean Mark is graduating this year?
That's the plan.
Look, if you don't mind my asking, how's Mark's eye since
The accident.
Yes. How's he doing?
He's coping. Still a little bitter about it. Refers to himself as the Cyclops when he's really angry at us.
Look, Kathy, it wasn't your fault.
No, I know, but...
Damn!
What is it?
Had to drop it to 3rd. But there's a flat stretch up ahead. Should be able to pick up speed there. Hey, listen, if you two are getting bored back there, feel free to catch some Z's.
Z's?
Zeds. Sleeping.
Oh.
Actually, I might just do that, if nobody minds.
Sweet dreams, Kathy.
Just as soon have no dreams.
Heavy snowfall warning still in effect with accumulations in the Arrow Lakes District and Kootenai Lake, amounting to 30 centimeters in the valley.
Jeez, that car's driving awful close to the center lane.
Oh, if we can see the center lane.
Bloody hell. Watch out, Kathy's veering her away.
I know.
Mom?
Jesus, steer against the skid, Kathy.
I am.
The other way.
Oh shit! Major shit!
Oh, God.
And in hockey last night, the Vancouver Canucks suffered their 3rd
Jennifer,
defeat in 5
Mark.
nights. and
Mom!
they-
Mom! Shit! Dad, I've got glass all over me.
Where are my glasses?
Kathy, you've been dreaming.
What?
It's okay. You were just having a dream.
Dreaming? Oh, yes, I see. How long have I...
Maybe an hour.
I thought you said we'd be catching up to another snowplow.
Well,
Well, there's got to be another one soon, right?
hopefully.
Oh, God. We could be in the middle of Antarctica.
How are the roads, Ricardo?
A little slick, Professor, but we can handle it. Whoa!
What?
We just missed a bunny.
A bunny?
Well, they're hard to see. They blend right in. But he scooted across just in time. At least it wasn't a moose.
Or a mountain caribou?
Thank God.
You ever seen a mountain caribou?
No, have you?
I've always wanted to, but no, never.
What about you, Ricardo?
No, ma'am. They're elusive little guys, aren't they?
Ma'am? Ma'am? I think I like Professor better. Still no radio, I suppose?
It'd be different if we were flying. Then we'd be above all this stuff and into the firmament. Nothing like it. Seeing the stars at 30,000 feet, it makes you feel so, I don't know, free. Almost like you don't have any body at all, but you're just out there, suspended, in touch with something.
The great other.
Yeah, Professor, the great other. I like that.
So we've passed the last gate, right?
Gate?
You know, the gate, the yellow and black stripe gate they use to close the road when there's an avalanche.
Passed it 15 minutes ago, Professor.
Does anyone know how that works?
Pardon?
Well, if they close the gates when there's an avalanche or they're shooting shells, what about the cars that are still between the gates? What happens to them?
I never thought of that.
How do they know when to close the gates in the first place?
I don't know.
And what if you got stuck up on the summit when the gates are closed at both ends and nobody knowing that you're there? And then some avalanche comes and you're buried in your car. But that never happens, right? Does it?
This dude got it out near Ainsworth last spring. Big boulder smashed right through the roof of his car. Of course, that was a rock slide, not an avalanche, but...
That's not especially reassuring, Ricardo.
Oh, good news, folks. Headlights. Look, coming our way. Oops, now they're gone. Must be going around the bend.
You see, if there's traffic coming the other way, the roads must still be clear. Both sides. We're fine, Kathy.
That's funny.
What's funny?
We should have seen him by now. Wait a second. What was that we just passed?
I didn't see anything.
They look like tire tracks.
But where's the vehicle that goes with them? We better stop.
Paul!
It's just the road crew clearing some dangerous snowpack. Relax, Kathy. They wouldn't be launching shells anywhere close to people.
I've got to check out those tracks.
Ricardo, you're not supposed to stop here. This is an avalanche zone.
But didn't you see those tracks? They went right off the edge of the road. There could be somebody down there.
I didn't see any skid marks, nothing like that.
We have to look, Professor.
I'll come with you.
No, Paul.
It's probably nothing. We're just going to have a
Professor?
quick look and...
You stay put. No need in getting everyone uncomfortable over nothing. I'll come right back if I see anything.
You're sure?
Like you said, it's probably nothing. Why don't you two try the radio again? Maybe it's working now. Watch your fingers, Professor.
God, what a night, eh?
Yeah, quite the night. Be good to get home and soak in a hot tub.
Yes. So, you and Susan? Any chance the two of you might
No.
be able to...
No chance. We seem to have irreconcilable differences.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, me too.
Shall we leave the wipers on?
Might as well.
Is there anybody down there? Hello? Anybody there? I don't see anything. No sign of a vehicle or... Wait a second. Wait. What the hell is that? Is that a light down there? Hey! Anybody down there? Wait. I know... I know that music. That's... Mom?
So that Ricardo, he's quite the character.
Yes. It's true what he says, you know. He really is an exceptional driver and a hell of a pilot, they say.
Really?
Like his mother. A pity about his mother.
What are you talking about?
I thought everyone knew.
Knew what, Paul?
Ricardo's mother died last year in a plane crash.
Oh, no.
Up in the Yukon somewhere, ferrying some American fishermen to some god-forsaken lake or something. You must have been away on holiday.
Must have been.
Ricardo was just starting the aviation program at the time. His instructors thought he might drop out, but oh, not Ricardo. He became more dedicated than ever. Not that I'm a judge of these things, but Barry says he's a natural. I've never heard him say that about a student before. Imagine, a natural. It'd be good to be a natural at something, wouldn't it?
Oh, come on, Paul. I'm sure you're a natural at something.
Nothing you could repeat in polite company. According to Susan, anyway.
Oh, that was closer.
It was.
But they know there's people up here. Somebody knows we're here, right?
They must. What's keeping Ricardo, I wonder? Ricardo! Ricardo, where are you? Do you need some help? I can't see him. It's blowing too hard.
You think he's okay?
He must be. Let's just give him another few minutes.
You want to try the radio?
Why not? I've got something. Not very clear.
Mom? Is that you? Oh, God, what am I saying? Mom? Where are you? Mom? What are you doing down there? I see something. A shape? A figure? Someone's climbing up the slope. Mom, wait! Let me go down and help you!
What do you think it is?
Some sort of interference, I suppose. No idea where the transmission's coming from, though.
Well, there's a woman's voice, but I can't quite make it out.
A man's voice, too. But beats me what they're talking about.
Well, it's almost as if there was, I don't know, an urgency in the woman's voice.
Yes, could be.
But what's she saying?
Well, I guess we'll never know the answer to that one. I'd better go and see about Ricardo.
Well, be careful, Paul.
My cowardice will hold me in good stead. Kathy, can I borrow your toque?
Of course, Paul.
But what are you doing here, Mom? I mean, how can you be here? You're supposed to be in the Yukon, buried under a ton of snow. But I guess they made a mistake, right? That's great. It's so good to see you, Mom. Could you speak up a little, Mom? With the wind and everything, I can't quite make out what you're saying. What was that?
Ricardo, what are you doing? Did you find anything?
You want me to come closer? Sure, I'll be right there, Mom. Just gotta shake the snow out of my shoe.
Are you talking to someone, Ricardo?
Oh, Mom. I love it when you sing. I've missed that. I've missed lots of things. Are you cold? You want me to go back to the car and... No? Alright. Just keep singing, Mom.
Ricardo! Don't go over the embankment! What are you doing? Oh, Jesus! Holy Jesus! Ricardo, look out!
Is that you? Paul, what happened?
I'll be. Just a second.
Paul, where's Ricardo?
Gone. I couldn't. There was nothing.
Oh, get inside, come on.
What?
Oh, get inside. Oh, you're shaky. Here, sit close. There's a blanket in the back.
Oh, God.
Are you going to be okay?
What?
Look at you. Are you sure you're okay? I think there's a bit of coffee left in the thermos. Here, come on, Paul. Drink it. Did we just have an avalanche?
Yes. An avalanche.
Oh my God.
He was standing in the wrong place, Kathy.
Oh no.
Only 10 feet from me, but gone.
Gone?
There was nothing that I could do. I was.
Oh no.
really just...
Oh no, please. Oh God, make this be a dream. What are we going to do, Paul?
I don't know. I could go back. I guess I could.
Oh no, you're not going anywhere. We've lost one person. That's enough, Paul.
But if I looked a little harder,
Look,
I might.
where would you start? Oh, we don't have proper boots between the two of us and one hat, no shovel. There's nothing you can do.
Nothing.
No.
We have to tell someone.
Yes, and to do that, we have to get going before we're buried under the next avalanche. Right, Paul?
I suppose.
Paul? Look at me, Paul. It wasn't your fault. It was nobody's fault.
Nobody's.
Nobody's. That's right. Sometimes it's just like that. Look, Paul, I hate to ask this, but can you drive?
What?
I'd offer, but look at me. I'm shaky more than you. And my night vision, well, you know, I don't know how far we'd get with me behind the wheel.
I can drive.
Are you sure? Because...
No. I can drive. I can't.
Because if you're not up to it... Well, you don't look quite so pale now. Shall I take the thermos, Paul? Thanks. Buckle up now. If you're ready, we might as well get going. Go slowly, sure and steady.
Sure and steady.
Oh, you're doing great, Paul.
Kathy,
Yes?
Ricardo, he was, just before he was talking to someone.
What do you mean, Paul?
I couldn't see, but he was talking. I'm sure that he was talking to someone.
Well, of course, Paul, he was talking to you.
No, someone else. Someone,
Well, there's the summit. Oh, we're almost at the top. Good driving, Paul.
yes.
But where the hell is the snowplows? Where the hell is anything?
It's like being in a different... Nothing seems real, does it?
There, we're at the summit. We'll be heading down in a moment. Might as well switch into a lower gear.
Yes.
Well, there should be something on the radio.
I know that song.
You know it?
It used to be our song. Well, Sue's song more than mine. Years ago when we were first going out. We were 26. Everything seemed full of promise.
When you're 26, everything does. Oh, it's getting steeper now. How's the traction?
Traction's okay.
Paul, look out! Oh, God, no. Oh, please, just keep going, Paul.
Did you see that?
Just keep going, Paul. There's nothing you can do.
It was a mountain caribou. A big one.
No, Paul.
I might have just grazed it.
Well, even if that's true, what could you do? Do you have a gun to put it out of its misery?
No. But maybe if I went...
Can you fix it? Heal it? Mend broken bones? Is there any practical thing you can do for it?
Maybe not, but I think that I should...
It's probably already back in the woods. If it's still alive, you'd never be able to find it.
I could try.
Paul, listen to me. There is no place to stop. Just stay in the car and let's keep going.
I have to find out, Kathy. I won't be long.
Don't, Paul, please.
I'll be right back. I promise.
Oh, this is an avalanche zone. Stupid radio. Stupid.
Well, there are the tracks at least. Probably be no sign of them in 15 minutes. Oh God, it's cold. Caribou? Are you there? You know it was an accident, right? It was the weather. I never meant to do it. You know that, don't you? What's that? I see something. A gray-brown something. It must be. But it's not moving, like a block of ice. Damn. Maybe I better just go back. No. No, I'm going to see this through. Now what? It almost looks like it's moving. Could it still be alive? It seems to be standing. How can that be? Oh, damn this snow. I can't see 10 feet in front of me. What's it doing now? What am I looking at? How in the hell could it be waving? Susan? Susan, how in the...
No! Oh God, no! Oh, this can't be happening. It's a dream. It has to be. Oh no! No! Paul! Paul! Paul, get back here!
Copy that. I said we're trying to get Mrs. Crawford out of the car. She's just curled up in the seat there, hands over her ears.
No sign of the two male occupants? Over.
Negative, Cap. That's the first thing we're going to ask her about. Over?
Copy that, Moira.
Oh, Cap, I wanted to ask you, have you ever seen those mountain caribou that live up here? Over?
Mountain what?
Caribou. You know, well, they're a kind of reindeer, aren't they? Over?
What about them?
Well, it's the damnedest thing. There's a whole herd of them hanging around us up here. Just like they're watching us or something. Damnedest thing. And I thought they were pretty much extinct. Just a minute. Looks like Mrs. Crawford's coming out of the car. Might be a good idea if you could get Mr. Crawford on the horn. I'll get back to you. Over.
You have been listening to Sirens, presented by Ladysmith Little Theatre.